Resuming. Nerd. World. Order. Broadcast. Dialer phones connected. Initiating broadcast signal in
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies, gentlemen, and knights of the Nerd World Order, this is the Nerd World Order broadcast. I am the man that you call Dukes, and to my right, it's all about the...
Booyah, what's up? It's your boy Joe, baby. Shout out to Adam Page.
And to my other right, coming straight out of the head of a sentinel from Alaska, Alfonso X-Man Flores.
Your choices, your actions, that's what make you who you are.
And your choice and your action is going to be talking to the three of us and listening to the three of us discuss Superman 2025. Now, the thing about Superman 2025, by the way, Joe, hell yeah. Adam Page, get well soon. Going off topic a little bit. My man suffered an injury a few weeks back, and he's going to be out of wrestling for a while. Joe and I met him at a convention. He's just an awesome guy.
Yep,
just
super
an
cool.
awesome guy. Yeah. So get well soon, Adam Page, because you're missed, and we need your energy back in AEW. Now, let's talk about a phenomenon that is 2025 Superman, because I'm going to call 2025 the year of the phenomenon, because I think it started off with Sinners. Sinners started off as being a movie that expectations were like, okay, you got Ryan Coogler, of course you have Michael B. Jordan. So this movie, people went in expecting to see great stuff, but it's just been like a juggernaut as far as, come on, Alfonso, I said juggernaut. You looked over your shoulder like
I was going to reach for him. I got him in this little display case in here.
Oh, man. Okay.
No, wait.
Anyway, it's been a juggernaut. Just a movie that's breaking records people have seen over and over again. Now you have Superman, which is quite simply, it's been called, it's saving Warner Brothers, definitely saved DC, and quite frankly, I'm going to see what you guys say about it saving the superhero genre. But jumping into this movie, my thoughts going into it is I was just way too excited. My expectations were like an 11 out of 10. I expected so much that I was let down. Didn't have everything I wanted. And because of that, I had to watch it again. And I think the second time I liked it a lot more. But I'll turn it over to you, Alfonso. What'd you think?
I mean, my expectations were super high. I was a little bit confused for a while watching this movie whether or not I liked it. I'm like, I do like it. I like it. But do I like it? Because, I mean, it starts off with Superman getting beat down. And it's like the whole thing was him getting beat down. And I'm like, well, isn't he Superman? But I mean, it was complex the way the story was told, I think. It was all over the place. There was a lot of things. But I do think it was well contained, even though, I mean, like I said, there was just so much to the storyline. And, I mean, overall, of course, I liked it. I loved it. It was, fun. I mean, Crypto was exactly what he needed to be. I love the fact that what they, the sneak peeks that they gave us was right at the very beginning of the movie. So it's like, oh, well, what's the rest of this movie going to be? Because we've seen the first part of it, and like you're expecting that to happen in the middle of the movie. But it was, they didn't tell the origin story. They jumped right into the action. They jumped right into it where he was beat down. And it was a good way of doing it. I was, again, high expectations, and I was very happy with it. What about you, Joe? What do you think?
Before I let you go, Joe, let me just say, ladies, gentlemen, and knights, in case you're looking for a spoiler-free, this ain't it. There's other places you can find spoiler free. We're about to spoil your milk. Get into it, Joe.
Yeah, to your point, like the beginning scene that they let us watch back a few months ago is the beginning of the movie, which is dope. I like how they did it. Like we have talked about this numerous times. Like we're tired. I know all three of us are tired of like the origin stories. Yeah, I'm glad he just jumps right into it. I like how they did it with Star Wars in the beginning, where it was like 300 years of metal humans have been around. So I like how they did that and set things up, and it's right into the action of him getting beat up, and it was shocking to see. Wow, that's the first scene. So I kind of was happy that what we had seen was in the beginning of the movie. So I was looking forward to the rest of the stuff. And James Gunn, we trust, man. That's what we said. Like before he even went to DC, we said, when his name was thrown around for like Suicide Squad. So I mean, I thought he did a good job. A lot of people hate on it, like, oh yeah, I think the whole movie was just centered on him proving that he's human, just like everybody else. Yeah, I'm an alien. Yeah, I have superpowers, but at the end of the day, I'm human. And what better way to show it is for him to get beat up and go through the traumas. If he's just OP, you can't win. You can't win this argument. If Superman is OP, you're watching the movie going, dude, what's going to happen? You can't kill him. You can't do this. You can't do that. There's no what's going to happen if this happens. There's none of that. And when you do display that, and then everyone's like, oh, they're supposed to be OP. You can't win. It's like, man, I would really love a girl that, she cooks for me, makes me bomb food and stuff like that. And then you go out with a girl, you cheat on her with someone else that doesn't do any of that. Well, what did you want? You can't have both.
Right.
So I think, I noticed it that, hey, this is the commercial, like at the start of the movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, they're already into it.
Yep.
And this movie just went a completely different direction from what I was expecting. And what I mean by that is it opens up with he's beat down. You don't get to see the previous fight, right?
Right.
And so he's beat down, and he's already established what no other Superman has ever established before very quickly. This is a Superman that has vulnerabilities, right? And so to Joe's point, one of the reasons why I don't really like Superman, whether it be in the comics or like I didn't like the Justice League movie, is because once you introduce Superman, everyone else becomes completely useless. And I think James Gunn did a really good job of making everyone relevant, because Superman couldn't do everything that everyone else could do when they needed to do it.
Right. Yeah, ultimately he's just one person, and sometimes you got to rely on people. I mean, no matter how super you are, especially if you got an enemy who's taking it to you, and there's no way you can leave, or other people are going to die. You got to be able to rely on some people, and we were all kind of scared that the Justice League was going to be, or what do they call them, the Justice Bros or
Justice Gang.
the gang. We were all kind of afraid that it was going to be too much, that they're introducing too many characters too soon. It was going to be all about everything and not Superman. But I think they did a good part of it. It's like they introduced them, they played off in the background, they did what they were supposed to do, and they didn't spend too much time on them, with the exception of this movie being terrific. See what I did there? See what I did?
See what you did.
I think everybody saw what you did there. It was a perfectly demonstrated terrific pun.
Yeah. Speaking of the other characters, I didn't care for Hawkgirl. They could have left her out and it wouldn't have created any additional impact other than for the purpose of voting. But all the other characters, like, people are just crazy about Mr. Terrific. And he is an awesome character. I mean, just phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
But I like Guy Gardner too.
Yep.
I feel like Guy's not getting his just respect right now, because he was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm more of a Stewart guy.
Yeah.
More of that. I didn't really care too much for Guy Gardner at all. Even in like when I watched like Justice Unlimited and the Justice League animated series, I didn't really care too much for Guy Gardner. I'm a Stewart. I think he's dope. But to your point, in this movie, Guy Garner, I was like, this guy's pretty dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Again, it's James Gunn able to spend a good portion of character development for these characters that you would never see a Guy Gardner in a movie back in the day. You'd see it like, most likely you wouldn't even see a Stewart. You'd see a Hal Jordan. So it's pretty cool that he went with Guy Gardner. I think it's dope. I don't know if the Lantern series has anything to do with it. I mean, you could have easily had put one of those two in there either, at the same time.
Yeah.
But I thought it was good to bring in those characters to create like the foundation of the Justice League. Yeah. Like the beginning of it, even though it's called Justice Gang, it's like the beginning. And you could tell like inside the Hall of Justice, they had like old pictures of looks like the Justice Society.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So like that again, Meta's been around for 300 years. So it's kind of cool. Like the way he's doing it is this is universal jumping right into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think what I heard about the Lantern show is going to be like a buddy cop film with Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan, and Guy Gardner's supposed to make some appearances in there, which would be great because he's some really good comic relief. I mean, what he was doing with flipping the bird as he's knocking over tanks, that was classic.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, yeah, Hot Girl, I did like her, but the scream was just like, come on, you're not Banshee, dude. You're not Banshee. It's doing nothing for you. And if you're going to do it, it had to be more guttural, not so, I don't know. It was weird. It wasn't even like it was her scream, like they should have had her do the scream.
Yeah, I could do without the scream.
Yeah, that would have saved so much of it. I liked her savagery. I liked that she was all up in it. She was, she was ready for the fight.
Yeah, she's pretty much like exactly in the animated series. That's pretty much Hawk Girl right there.
Right.
Although I don't remember her screaming. I don't remember.
Oh, wow.
I'd have to watch it again.
What was that, Dukes?
I was going to ask, does she have the scream? But Joe just kind of answered it.
No, not in the animated. She didn't have that scream. She'd be like like that. But she wouldn't be like Kaka, Tuki Tuki.
Yeah.
I don't believe Kaka and Tuki Tuki is working.
No, it's not. Okay, so wow, Fonzo, he just killed me with that one.
That's from the movie Evolution.
Yeah.
Okay, so the thing about this movie that I didn't like initially was I thought Superman was great, right?
Right.
My problem with the movie was really Lex Luthor.
Mm-hmm.
Because I felt like Lex Luthor is very calculating, and he's like a chess player that already completed the game before you even realize that you're playing. And at the end, when he started crying, the first time around when I watched it, I was like, Lex Luthor wouldn't cry. But then I was like, but dude, this is a 3 years into it Superman. This is a 3 years into it Lex Luthor. And Lex Luthor, like this was Lex's first big plan. And it failed.
Yeah.
So I feel like the second time I watched it, I was like, this Lex Luthor is like he's unhinged at this point. Like my dude is like his hate has consumed him. and so I did like it the second time around because I did sort of understand Lex Luthor a lot more.
Yeah. He really wanted to like build a wall around the world. Right? Because he was like, aliens, no, not on my watch. But I really liked Lex Luthor in this. His speeches, his monologues, I mean, they were great. He was like even his look when he's at, heading towards the Fortress of Solitude, he's got a big coat on, he's got those little glasses, and it's just like he looks smooth, man. And it was everything I liked about Lex Luthor. I mean, it even like kind of like leaned itself to Gene Hackman a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And and it's cool too because I mean, have you noticed that it was Luthor Corps and not Lex Corps? Like most times you see Lex Corps, the only time you really saw Luthor Corps was in Smallville because Lex Luthor, took it from his father, Lionel. So it was Luthor Corps back then. So I saw something where it wasn't James Gunn. It was actually the Beast. What was his name again? The Beast, the one who played, Hank McCoy. Yeah. He's like, when I watched the Lex Luthor that I know is from Smallville. So I guess it was a pretty good nod to that.
Are you talking Kelsey Grammer? I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, dude, from X-Men First Class.
Okay.
Lex Luthor.
Okay.
Talking about Nicholas.
Yeah, is that his name? Nicholas Cage?
Yeah.
What?
No, Nicholas Holt.
Holt. That's it.
Yeah,
the
Nicholas,
Beast.
Yeah, I was like, bro, like.
I was lost for a second. Yeah, Frasier. Tossed salad and scrambled eggs. What's going on here?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Alfonso! I was like, what does Kelsey Grammer have to do with this?
Well, James Gunn said he got it
first.
from Small. He got it from Smallville.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, like if like even in Smallville, like remember, I didn't really watch it, but I heard even his dad Kal-El was like, or not Kal-El, his dad was I can't remember his dad's name.
Jarrell?
His dad. Jarrell. His dad in that one was telling him he should conquer Earth as well.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like
wow.
I saw a clip on that. So it's like people were like, "Oh, no one had complaints when Smallville did it." It's just crazy how they do that. But to your point, like, yeah, dude, this is like a young Superman and a young Lex Luthor, a young Superman trying to find out what it is to be human and realize that he can't do everything himself. And then you got Lex, who's like, just made me realize if I'm hating, I'm not hating enough. Because my man took it to another level, bro. Like, and it's cool to see, like, if he is going to be in future projects, like not like the main villain or like in the background, to see the maturity that he's going to have,
right?
Because he's going to be in jail or wherever prison there's all that time thinking about, like, what's he going to do and how he's going to get Superman.
Okay, speaking of jail, I was watching something, just on YouTube or something. But anyway, he's going to Belgrave.
Right.
That's where Amanda Waller's in charge of that.
Mm.
So they're already talking the Authority movie, right? So that's gonna, dude. That one. It's like that one little piece where they go take his ass to Belgrave.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't catch it. I didn't YouTube later, but dude, that's big. That's big because you're gonna have Lex Luthor in the. No, it's not going to be Suicide Squad.
Well, no,
it's going to be Amanda Waller letting Lex Luthor create his own team because she doesn't want Superman to have that much power. Oh, dude, this is going to be good.
And he's already started that too, because like that engineer chick, he created her. So I can see him doing that with the Authority. But you guys, what did you think of Lex Luthor and his like Mortal Kombat cheat codes? He's like up, down, left, right, BA, start.
I loved it.
It was so great.
Yeah,
that was a cool way of controlling him.
Yeah, it was. It confused me a little bit because it made me question the intelligence of Ultraman.
Yeah,
which we never really established, right?
He's basically going to be Bizarro. So
he said he was dumb as rocks, is what he said.
I'm wondering because I've heard two different theories. First theory is that he's going to be Bizarro.
Yeah.
Second theory is that when he goes to that other dimension, in the other dimension there's a quote unquote bad Justice League, and the leader of that is Ultraman.
Right.
So it makes more sense for him to be Bizarro based on his intelligence.
Right.
But either way, it'll be pretty cool.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. It's like they made it seem like he was dead, but like with comic books, no body, no death. He went into a black hole, right? Yeah. And I don't know about you guys, but was I the only one who thought that was Henry Cavill for quite a while? I'm like, look.
No.
You knew right off the bat.
No.
I was like, I could see them sneak that in.
No. I thought it was Henry Cavill for just a quick second. When they pulled off that mask, I was like, is that? No.
Right. I was, because he seemed bigger than Corn Sweat. Is that one? Yeah. But I mean, like, Corn Sweat's taller, but Cavill's like huge. I mean, he's just like the Rock.
No, I didn't. You can't do that, dude. You're just ruining the movie doing that. Ain't no one gonna be happy that Campbell's there. No one's gonna be happy, bro. Like I didn't need that guy there. I didn't need that guy there.
I'll say this: Corn Sweat, to me, and this might be blasphemy.
Oh,
Since I've seen it twice, best Superman.
oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say best Superman. I like Henry, but best Superman and better Clark Kent because it made me think of Christopher Reeve's
yes,
take on like Superman, like clumsy. Oh, excuse me, can't like doesn't really have confidence in the way he looks when he has his glasses on.
right.
Yeah.
More. I just felt like he's more relatable to everybody as opposed to Henry Cavill. I guess more like the alpha male kind of. But this Superman, like you don't have to. I felt like it was more for every kind of.
Oh yeah.
Person.
Yeah, I agree.
I want to reserve my vote on whether he's the best Superman until I watch it again because I've only seen it once. I feel like Brandon Routh was a better Clark Kent, though. That's my take on this.
No, I don't think so. I think he was a better Adam.
That's right.
I barely remember Brandon Routh in Superman.
Yeah, it was a very short-lived movie and not watched many times.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What'd you guys think about the pimp, Jimmy Olsen? What was up with that?
I thought it was just okay. I felt like it feeds into every teenage boy's fantasy about being your average Joe, but for some reason all the girls want you.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was just interesting.
You know why I didn't like that, man? Because it's like you're gonna make non-average looking dudes thinking they can pull hot chicks and ignore them, bro. Like I'm over that whole. You know what I mean? That's why women are the way they are right now, and dudes are the way they are because of that right there, man. Someone that looks like Jimmy needs to be happy that he got a little hot chick that's a model, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like, come on, bro. Like, but that's just how it is nowadays, and that's why women are more like dudes now.
Yeah. I really like the way they were doing it. Like he didn't really understand. Like before they even got to, what do they call it? Like snaggletooth toes or whatever. When like he's sitting there and he's talking and you got two girls at the mail cart and they're just giggling and looking at him. And I'm like, oh dang, he's got game. And that was kind of cool. Like he didn't know what was going on. But then when he's got this super baddie and she's just like so into him and he's like, yeah, I don't know, her toes are kind of ugly, That was a little different. I liked it at first when it was kind of like something that he didn't realize. I did like that, but it was interesting. It was definitely interesting. He was able to get more information off than anybody else, even Lois, the super reporter,
Now think about it, dude. He was just a plot device. He
really was.
Could have used him at all, bro. Like if I think about it, like I don't really care too much for Jimmy, to be honest.
Right. I agree. Now,
like
Alfonso,
if I had to pick something, it'd be that.
Alfonso, you're going to be ashamed of yourself because her name in his phone is Mutant Toes.
Oh, how dare I forget that? It's because you can't sully the name Mutant with toes like that. Come on.
You know what I do like about Lex's girlfriend is it's exactly like Superman Christopher Reeves, like that Lex Luger, Gene Hackman. Like the girl was with him. It reminded me of that, and I think it was kind of like a throwback, like shout out to that. And I thought it was pretty dope how they did that.
Well, they had the same name too, Tessmacher. But the genius of it is, it's like, she played like the classic dumb blonde, but she was actually really smart because she was taking all those selfies, but she was including all that information on purpose because she sent it to Jimmy and says, no, she told Jimmy, I have information for you. She didn't say I had selfies for you. She said I had information. That was a plan of hers to keep herself safe in case something happened.
You're reaching.
No, I think Alfonso's right.
No, he's reaching like those mutant toes.
I'd be reaching for the mutant toes though. I'm okay with that. Web feet,
Yeah, I feel like her inclusion, like if you didn't see the Christopher Reeve Superman,
Right.
Christopher Reeve Superman, which I was about to call the original Superman, which is crazy
George
because
Reeves.
it's not, but it is.
Yeah.
For because we watched the black and white George Reeve on TV, right? Reeves on TV. And we were all excited when for some reason it turned to color, you
Mm-hmm.
know, because we weren't even alive when that show started.
Mhm.
But our Superman, the reason we don't remember Brandon Routh
Mm-hmm.
is because our Superman is Christopher Reeve, right?
Yep.
The first
Yep.
Superman, the Donner. And it's
Right.
cool because this movie pays so many tributes to that.
Mhm.
But it's not a parody, it's not a remake, it's
Right.
its own movie. And that's really cool because we get it in a different way than our kids would.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like even the intro with the way they did Superman with like the laser type outlines. I think the original one did it in blue and this one did it in red. It looks so good. They were
Yeah.
able to use some of John Williams' score because they had to have John Williams watch it first because he wouldn't give it up unless he knew that it was a good product. So once we heard that John Williams okayed the use of his music, I was like, it's on.
I'm like John Williams, you basically did a job, you made music, and now
Mhm.
we own it. I mean, it's really supposed to stamp of approval on it, but bro, who are you?
Yeah, facts, bro.
I mean,
Ain't no one playing that song up until this point, anyways.
I know.
I sing it every morning in the shower. What are you talking about?
What do
Yeah,
you think
we know.
about Mr. Terrific, man? I thought like he was like, I need more of Mr. Terrific. I need more.
Yes.
He's always
Yes.
one of my favorite DC characters. Like I think right now, like I looked him up. He's the smartest dude now. Like they had him in the top 3, but now they're saying, I guess, I know over time he's like the top one. But he's just so dope, dude.
Oh yeah. I love that they gave him a little bit of attitude. Like he walks in, please, I'm terrific, and he pie face the guy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I felt like Edie got his little redemption, his little comeback, his little get back.
Yeah. Well, I think that the internet has been upset about that for so long that I'm sure that James Gunn didn't think to himself like, "Oh, I want to have a redemption." But dude,
No.
this is just an awesome redemption
Yep.
because first of all, his role in X-Men First Class was very small,
Mhm.
and then they just completely just disrespected the character, his ability, everything like that. Whereas I feel like with Mr. Terrific, they took a character like, Joe and I often talk about the Terrifics and the Mr. Terrific character and how great that is. But other than that, people don't really know Mr. Terrific. But they turned him into a character you want to see.
Yeah,
Yep.
everyone's talking about him.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy with Edie when he was in X-Men First Class? He had said something about like, "Yo, how am I gonna die if I'm a character that can't die?"
Right.
And then they had told him like, "Hey, don't worry, you're gonna come back," and they never brought it back. So it's like
because they
so
never came back.
dissing him. But like, and I just want to give a shout out to Gunn too, because he's 2 for 3 for black characters, man. So like he takes black actors, black characters, and make them freaking dope, dude. So you got Bloodsport, Alpha. I know you're starting to think about it. Bloodsport, Suicide Squad, Amanda Waller, and you got Mr. Terrific. So he's done something that Marvel has yet to do. I'm like except for let me back up. Except for Ron, because Ron does very well with Black Panther. And from what I hear, is James Gunn is probably trying to reach out to the guy to make a movie in DC. So like, I want a Mr. Terrific movie, or a Black Lightning movie, or a Static movie. One of those 3, I'm cool with.
Dude, I would probably like throw myself into a big pool of lava if they made a Black Lightning movie.
Yeah.
I just don't like Black Lightning, dude. I liked the first season of the DC or of the CW show.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna tell me Icon, Hardware, Static, Mr. Terrific, or Black Lightning,
Mm-hmm.
Black Lightning is going to be the bottom of that list, you know?
I didn't care too much for Icon or Hardware, to be
Really?
honest. Yeah,
Wow.
I was more of like a Static guy and a Blood Syndicate. So those are the two comics that I picked up from Milestone that I enjoyed. I didn't
Yeah.
really care too much. I tried Icon. I was like, or and Hardware. I just couldn't get into those two guys.
But what if it was a movie where Black Lightning is mentoring Static Shock? That would be
dope.
That would
would be
be
dope.
epic, man.
It's,
That would be
they did-
great.
They did that. I want to say they did an animated series too.
Yeah,
Like something
one of the
like that.
Justice League Unlimiteds.
I think so.
I just don't like Black Lightning.
Yeah, but I think if James Gunn or Ron did it, you'd like it just because they're good writers.
You mean Ryan Coogler?
Ryan Coogler, yeah.
Oh yeah, I was like Ron.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know I'm bad at names.
That's
I know,
okay. That's
I know.
okay.
I just want to make sure I'm like Ron Howard did a.
He's like, I'm bringing my daughter, Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah, well, sold.
Yeah,
BDH.
Yeah. Yeah.
and the special effects were good in this movie too, man. Like Crypto, I was like, man, that's pretty good, dude.
I did not like Joey the baby. I thought that looked so bad.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there was a scene when Superman punched one of the Talons.
hmm
Very Matrix 2 when he fought 1,000.
Mm,
One of the greatest fight scenes in the history of cinema. But it had a very cartoony feel. Other than that, because one of my problems was the special effects. Special effects were good. Crypto was good.
Yeah.
Sometimes I was like, are they using a real dog or is that?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know? So yeah, it was good.
Did in the comics does Metamorpho have a kid?
Yes,
I'm familiar
Yeah.
with that. Yeah.
Yes, because I looked it up yesterday.
Yeah.
yeah, he does.
That was pretty cool.
Apparently his kid's power is he can change, like, let's say, any object into any metal.
Mhm.
Okay.
So
Oh.
his grandfather kidnapped the kid
Mhm.
so that he could turn everything into gold.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's got that
Yeah.
Midas touch.
Yes, exactly. So
Everything-
Metamorpho, it's interesting because I didn't think they ever called him Metamorpho. I think they only call him the Elemental Man or the Element Man. So
yeah.
I was like, is that Metamorpho? But then I went
It's-
back and I checked, and yeah.
No, it is. I mean, like I because the Terrifics, one of our,
Yeah.
I love that comic, and I was like, I knew it right away just because of the color scheme.
Right.
Gee, I think Alfonso said this. I was worried they were going to bring in too many characters,
Right.
Mhm.
and they just did everything so well.
Yeah.
As far as like, this character goes here. This is
Mhm.
why this character is important. This is why this
Mhm.
character is important. Like, because Metamorpho, I was like, come on, dude. Like, how are they going to fit him in? But the way that they did, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this is good.
Dude,
Yeah.
Gunn is like the best at that, man.
He is. He
Like his
really
thing,
is.
dude. I didn't have any doubts when it came to how many characters was in there, just because it was him. Anybody else, I'd be like, I don't know, man.
Right.
Oh man.
I like that Lex was so petty that he had his ex-girlfriend locked up in a cage because she was tweeting bad about him.
Mm.
So petty. I loved it. That makes an evil bad guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Everything about Lex, it's like the subtle things where it's like, and he's even more petty. Regardless of what he's doing to Superman, he's even more petty.
Yeah.
You know. And then people were saying like the monkeys that were sending out all that bad.
Oh, that was so funny.
Yeah, that was supposed to be like the Snyder bots, basically. That's what that
Yeah.
was supposed to be making fun of.
I think that's any hater online, bro.
Yeah, totally. They're just little monkeys.
Yes.
I didn't like that the monkeys escaped though. I was like, come on, you got to round those monkeys up. Let Crypto bite one in half or something.
But it seemed like the monkeys were only in. Well, now I'm like, but what if that becomes one of Grodd's monkeys?
What if one of them becomes Grodd?
Well, yeah, but yeah.
Ah. I like the way Terrific did say that. He's like, yeah, Luthor, he's he doesn't care. Like he does bad science. It's like he doesn't care what it does to people or what's going to happen, the repercussions. He just wants it to happen. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool because it puts them at odds too. And they did a really good job with those terrific balls. I mean, I think it was there was a Mr. Terrific in the CW in that verse, but
Yeah.
the terrific balls there, right? The T-spheres, I'm sorry, but they were much better in this movie. He did a great job with them.
It's pretty much Yondu, bro. Like it's like
Yeah.
it's his spears without the like his little stick.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, here was one of the things that I thought too many plot points going on. The whole pocket universe, which ultimately creates a fissure in space and time.
Right.
I can't remember where that military base was located, but it seems like it would have destroyed a whole lot more before it got to Metropolis.
Oh yeah.
Where people wouldn't have been like last minute, hey everybody, we need to run. Like bro, why did it take you so long? Even though I'm like, well, based on current events, governments aren't always good with notifying people when something major is about to happen. So I'll shut up. I'm like, never mind. James Gunn does it again because
I think it's just
that
dope
happens.
because like you never see that, right? No evacuation. You see, like I felt like there was more happening, or I mean, when the disasters were happening, there's more people around.
Yeah.
And they're getting saved this time around. So I think that's pretty cool. Like you get to see him saving. Like not only is he fighting, he's saving like a squirrel. He's saving the little girl. He's saving the people that are getting like in the higher up in the buildings. I just think it's dope. Like everything he does, he's like when the Justice Gang with the kaiju get ready to fall, and he he's trying to save it from hitting something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Damage control.
When it comes down. Yeah, I think that's pretty dope. And it's also like I don't think people look at that on the side of a Superman and what James Gunn did to show like he's so dope that he's able to do all this at the same time. Because he's like, even you see that in the comics. You really don't see that too much in the animated series or past movies. And I think that's pretty cool.
Hey, I got a question for you guys. Why was the Pocket Universe basically the Nether from Minecraft? Did you guys notice that? It was all cubes and no, nothing.
Yeah, I don't think Alan watched Minecraft.
I did.
Well, I mean, it's playing the video game, a lot of
Yeah,
purple and black squares. That's for the younger audience out there.
Hey, younger audience.
Man.
Hey, Nate. Since you're listening to this with your dad.
Maybe Devlin's daughter, Ashlyn,
Yeah,
the
hey,
Nether
Ashlyn.
from Minecraft.
Yeah.
Steven's kids when they grow up.
That's right. Hey, Steven's kids. Hope you're having fun playing with your rabbits and enjoy this archived episode of the Nerd World Order broadcast.
Dude, one of his daughters dropped his Death Star, his Lego Death Star, and it took him 3 days to fix it.
Whoa.
I was like, I go, she's the rebel scum, dude. She found the exhaust port.
Dang.
Did he glue it back? How people super glue their
I don't think he glues it.
No. I mean, the problem with gluing is you got to know you got it perfect.
You gotta know. I would never trust myself enough.
Me
Hey,
either.
speaking of Legos, real quick, look at that. There's my X Mansion. Oh, sorry.
Nice.
Tangent.
There you go. Alfonso's X Mansion, which is not super glued.
No.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you have two characters from X-Men First Class in here. I mean, you've got the Beast and you've got not Evolution. Mr. Terrific.
Yeah.
Darwin.
So overall, looking at, I'll say, what they're setting up for the second one, what they're setting up for the future of the DCU, do you feel like this movie set the bar too high?
No. I think there's so much more they can do.
I think
And
the
like
bar was so low, right?
right. I mean,
You know,
I was just gonna say, like Supergirl, her like she's a drunk teenager or like 20 something, hilarious man, and she is gonna be great fighting Lobo.
the fact that Jason Momoa is going to be Lobo in
Mhm.
the uh, Wonder Woman, I'm sorry, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow,
Hmm.
that's going to be good. It's
That's
Oh
a
like
yeah.
perfect
win.
casting with Momoa.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Um, but I feel like it's going to be hard to reach that level again. Like James Gunn is a great director. Clearly, he's starting things off well. But like we have Peacemaker, that was
Right.
good.
Hmm.
We have Creature Commandos, that was good.
Right.
And I just wonder, like, it's almost like the phase 4 curse. It's like you did so well, the bar is set so high. Are you gonna be able to keep this up? Because he's got a lot of projects coming out, you know?
And isn't he in charge of everything too?
Yes.
So
Him and some other guy whose name we don't remember.
I'm okay with it.
But he also says he knows how important Wonder Woman and Batman is.
Right.
But he says they're not gonna start production until the scripts are both good. And when
Nice.
they're good, then he's gonna do the production. So I think that's what's different and what separates him from Marvel is like there's no rush. And I think he knows there's no rush. Like I don't have to do end credit scenes where it connects to different movies.
Hmm.
I don't have to make movies that connect like Clayface. What's that going to connect with anything? You know what I mean? So I think Peacemaker, he said season 2 was going to explain a lot where the direction of DC is going in that
Nice.
series. But I just think he's smart enough to know not to rush. If I'm James Gunn, I'm sitting there watching what Marvel has done and realize Marvel. What have we talked about before? Like, why did they make it a live series? They should have made it an animated project, right? And what did James Gunn do? He made Commandos an automated project, right? So you can cover and do so much more in 10 episodes of animation than you can live action, and it's cheaper.
Oh yeah.
So you can do a lot more. And I think if you look at his strat, he's going to do movies, TV series, right? He has Peacemaker, and he's going to do animated series as well because there's going to be like a season 2 Commandos coming out. So
Yeah.
you can cover a lot of ground within that universe in an animated series, and without having to explain it over again. And then, Batman, he's not going to like. And there's also like thinking also like if he's debating on whether or not that Matt Reeves movie is going to be good, like the script. If that
Yeah.
script is good, there's no point in making another Batman. You could just
Yeah.
use him, right? Because
Right.
it's already established it's already good. So there's stuff like that, until he announces like a Wonder Woman and Batman, that just lets you know that there's no rush into it because you'd already
Right.
know right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't feel like we need a Wonder Woman. Period.
Mm.
Yeah, I think you need the big three.
Yeah, you definitely do. It's just the foundation.
Mm-hmm.
One cool thing I heard the other day, and the way it starts off at the beginning of the movie with like it's been how many years since we've had metas. I mean, they've been around forever, so they got that establishing. But who's a meta that's been around that long? Vandal Savage. Vandal
Yeah, for sure.
Savage could very well be the big, end all of this. The big bad. So that'll be kind of fun to see if that unfolds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Here's the reason why I feel like a James Gunn universe doesn't need the big three. Because James Gunn can create phenomenal characters,
Mm-hmm.
phenomenal universe without relying on what everybody's already come to expect.
Right.
So I mean, yeah, it's cool if you throw Wonder Woman out there, but I feel like she's not necessary because Mr. Terrific's in no way a replacement for Batman.
Right.
But I feel like he eclipsed the other characters in the movie, and no one's ever heard of Mr. Terrific before, besides a handful of nerds. You know, that's why I feel you don't have to go with the standard big three in order to be successful.
You need the big three. You need the big three without the just. You're gonna make a Justice League. You need the big three.
Well, and I could see that they have them, and they're not going to be like the forefront because you've got Superman, and like Terrific kind of stood out. You've got when they do their Batman that they're talking about, unless they bring in the other one, the big standout's going to be Damian, and Wonder Woman. Who knows? It might bring somebody else to the forefront that was in the background. So it seems like, yeah, even though the movie's about Superman, he's not the big talk. So
yeah, I agree. People are talking about crypto. The thing that they are talking about with Superman is his motivation is kindness.
Yeah.
But they're talking about crypto. They're talking about Mr. Terrific, which is different. Now, one thing I did like, and some people complained about it because they said that Ma and Pa Kent, came across as like country bumpkins. Like,
Bro,
I'll say,
he's in Kansas, bro, like in the South.
Hey, bro,
I
here's
loved
my
it.
thing, right? Yeah, me too. That's what I was gonna say. Like, it reminded me of people who are just like, they're not complicated.
right,
They love their son.
right,
Yeah.
No matter how powerful their son is, that's their son, and that's what comes
Yeah.
first.
right.
And just that
And it's a small town too, bro. It's a small town, bro. I don't need mama and papa talking like they live in the city, bro.
Right.
That's the first thing I noticed when I heard him talk like that. I was like, yo, this small details. I dig it.
And they played him at first. They played him kind of simple, and I'm like, oh, don't do that. And then when Pa Kent drops some knowledge, I'm like, there you go. That's what I'm talking about, because you got a lot of people in small towns. Their biggest thing is heart, and he had it, and it was good to see that he was alive, and and it wasn't so focused on Mom, but she's right there too. So I'm a big supporter of like Pa, Ma, Kent, Mary Jane, not Mary Jane, Aunt May. Aunt May, I like those supporting characters because they bring a lot to the table that you're not normally going to see from the person who's in the limelight.
Yeah, I totally
agree. My quote was from Pa Kent. I don't know if you guys noticed, but your choices, your actions, that's what make you who you are. I like that little flip they did with the whole, he got to see so much of that message from his parents, and he took what he did from that, and all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, they'll be simple to take over. And he's like, well, that sucks. I don't want to take over these people. And, ultimately he got to be his own man. But at first that message, first half of the message really set up who he was.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree that the way that they had the second half of that message, completely changed the dynamic of Superman. I was like, this is cool because it's different. It does create an internal conflict. So I really like that also.
One thing that makes me wonder about that, Supergirl was a teenager when she left Krypton. She should know that's the way it's supposed to be. And she let Clark be the good person. So that's going to be an interesting dynamic when they have that conversation.
Well, because they said that whole story of like Woman of Tomorrow is she knows and she doesn't tell Clark.
Yeah, maybe that's why she drinks.
And she was supposed to go to protect him, but then he's already old when she gets here.
Right.
And because I think in the story too, like there was a city that still survived.
Kandor?
Yeah. And it got destroyed again, so she lives through that.
Oh.
So her parents die again. So it's like she's dealing with a lot of depression and hate against the world and stuff, and that's why she's drinking. So I think it's pretty cool. Dude, the first taste of her, I wanted more. Like when she came in,
so
like,
much more.
Hey, thanks, bitch. And I was like, oh, dude. I dug it.
And the way like Crypto would beat the crap out of her, she was just loving it. She's laughing and having a good time. Where Clark's like, oh.
Yeah. I don't like that actress. I don't know what I've seen her in. I just don't like it.
House of Dragons.
House of Dragons.
Oh, thank you. Oh,
yeah.
cool. A Warner Brothers project. That makes sense.
Yeah,
I
Warner
thought she
Brother.
looked dope. I thought she
I
looked
thought so
dope.
too.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's coming to her own.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys can rock that opinion.
I mean, Melissa McCarthy was busy.
If this podcast weren't PG-13, my answer would have been epic.
Dude, I was trying to get me canceled.
He's like, and on that note,
Yeah. I'll just say this because we're rounding the corner here. This was a good movie. It was a great start. It's weird because it's not the start, but okay, Creature Commandos is like the official start of the Gods and Monsters.
right?
But I feel like Peacemaker was kind of the first start, but not really.
The catalyst,
Yeah, let's say the catalyst. Another
but
big
not
words.
not the Suicide Squad.
Oh, I forgot about the Suicide
A
Squad.
lot of that is canon.
Yeah, you're
Not
right.
all, but a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's more so Peacemaker. Because you remember when he went in and he opened up that little room with his dad's stuff?
Oh, that's
the
right.
Same thing as Luther's
Pocket
little-
Dimension.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's supposed to play an important role in the second season of Peacemaker.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Which
it'll
explains how
depend.
there's two of them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. I'll say this. For the more public beginning of the DCU, I feel like it's a great introduction. I feel like the thing about Superman is everybody's automatically going to give it a try,
Mhm.
And if you present a good product like James Gunn did, then it definitely presents you with an opportunity to build a good universe. So I'd say it's a great movie. You should go watch it. What do you think, Alfonso?
I wholeheartedly agree. I would say definitely watch it and watch it again. I feel like even though I paid close attention and I took it all in, I need to watch it again. I need to watch it maybe a couple more times because there's just, like I said, there was a whole lot to unpack. And I'm sure I missed stuff. And I'm sure people on the internet missed stuff. So I need to go watch it again with a fine-tooth comb.
Yeah.
Joe, what's your final thoughts?
My final thought is it's good. I just want to do a little shout out. Like, you remember when Superman was fighting the little Teletron? It said Gotham had a flood.
Yeah.
And what had a flood? The first movie of Matt Reeves.
Oh.
So little details like that, to your point, you'll see when you watch it again. I think it's a good movie. The downside for me is it's such a good movie that Fantastic Four better knock it out the park, because Superman is, from word of mouth, it's such a good movie. It's gonna get people to go back and watch it in movie theaters, and because it's so good, people are gonna take a risk on watching Fantastic Four.
And so this concludes this episode of the Nerd World Order broadcast. So until next time, ladies, gentlemen, and knights of the Nerd World Order, I am NWO.
We are NWO.
Nerds Redefined. Booyah!
Dude, when Reed Richards said the price was too great, have you guys seen that trailer?
No.
Oh man, it's like, we spoke with Galactus. Did you beat Galactus? How did you beat him? We didn't beat him. We talked with him. We negotiated.